Alright, quick update on SLP. So in the higher time frames, we're still very much struggling with a few resistance areas. But if we come down to the lower time frames, you can see signs that the bulls are taking control and we might be heading up to the upside again. So let's talk about what's going on right now. Let's start off with the lower time frames. Now, if we talk about what's going on in the 1 hourly time frame, you can see momentum has shifted in favor of the bulls. We do not have an insane amount of volume coming in right now. In fact, it's very mundane and samey as what we've been seeing for the past month. So I would like to see an increase in volume. Until we do, then we are just going to keep on getting chopped around. I would like to highlight we are running back into an important area of resistance. I'll show you it on the 4 hourly and the daily. It's a bit easier to see there. But we have recently fired an hourly flip of the EMA ribbons to the upside. This is a good sign, although do bear in mind we have had multiple fake outs on the daily EMA ribbons so far. I mean, we've had one here, and yeah, I mean that seemed to play out pretty well. But a lot of the time, I mean, you can see another one here, another one here. So we have a lot of 1 hourly fake outs on the EMA ribbon, so I really wouldn't put too much weight in what we're seeing in the 1 hour. I just wanted to show you the 1 hour to show you, just for novelty purposes, we are flipping the 1 hourly EMA. Bulls are in control of these much lower time frames, but we need to get above this resistance area. Now, if we come over to the daily, you'll be able to see what it's from. If we flatten the data, you can see we had this big impulse. We formed this this bear flag, and yes, I know this bear flag has played out. We already hit the price target of it, but nonetheless, this resistance line is still very much intact, and you can see we've put in, it was support, we came down to it, support, resistance. So every time we're running into it, we're getting trapped underneath this level of resistance. If we look at the daily as well, the daily EMA ribbons are pushing down very heavily, and in terms of the bearish momentum, the bears are in full control of this swing to the downside right now. So if we come over to the 4 hourly before we go in depth on the 1 hourly, bears are losing momentum in the lower time frames. If we look at the 4 hourly squeeze one, we could be getting ready for a rally in terms of the bulls, but there are a few reasons that we need to get above first. The first one being this red trend line here that we're pretty much at right now, 169. That is 1 cent 0.69. You can see long-term moving average up here, 4 hourly EMAs, this is at 1.75 cent. That is another key area that needs to be taken out. Now, let's see what we've got in terms of our local high to swing low. Yeah, I mean, this is going to take out your 618 fib as well. So by time we come up to 1.75, if we do break above 1.75, we'll be above the previous local impulse of the 618 Fibonacci. That is always a good sign. If we come down to the higher time frames, I mean, we have, or if we zoom out to a more macro scale, should I say rather, we still have a ways to go. We are a long way away from breaking back macro bullish. So unfortunately, I can't say in this video that I'm exceptionally bullish on SLP right now. I can say that there are 2 areas of clear resistance that are going to be hard to get over, which I've highlighted. The first one being right here, 175. Once again, this is the long-term moving average on the 4 hourly EMAs. And then we've got this big resistance line at 169 that we are currently crashing into. Let's take out both of these levels. Let's come up. Let's flip these daily EMA ribbons to the upside, and then we can be much more bullish on SLP. Unfortunately, until then, I'm not going to lie and provide hopium or sugarcoat it. We're literally knocking on death's door right now while we're in this descending triangle that's pushing us down to the 786 fib. So we really need to hold this 786 fib. All in all, I don't want to get bullish on this and say, oh, you know, after we take out this, we're going to go up to the 618, blah, blah, blah. I really think we need to focus on breaking out of these levels. So if you're watching this video and we've taken out 175, if we've decided to break short-term bullish, keep your eyes on these daily EMA ribbons. These are going to be hard to get over. You can see short-term moving average running in at 1.84 cent, long-term moving average coming in at approximately 2 cent, but more accurately about 1.96 cent. So those are key areas that we need to break above. Until we get above them, I unfortunately cannot be extremely bullish for SLP. Once again, your major moon line, the major region that we need to break above, in which I can say that we're macro bullish again, is this 618 Fibonacci slash local high. The 618 fib is at 2.11 cent, and the local high is up here at 2.16. So 2.16, not too far to go. I mean, a 27% increase is quite a way. But if we do manage to take out that 618 fib, then you know, we can at least talk about a breakout trade up to the previous local high up here, which is a 90% rally. Even if you don't want to be as bullish as that and you think that we could be coming in to put a lower high, which I would understand, you could say, you know, maybe a trade up to the 200-day moving average. That is approximately a 62% return. So some very nice trades that we could have playing out on SLP. Nonetheless, these are all hypotheticals. We need to look at what's going on in the shorter time frames. I'm not confident enough looking at this market structure to say, you know, SLP is going to start blasting out in the next couple of days, unfortunately. I would like to see, at least before I start getting bullish, 4 hourly EMAs get flipped to the upside. And I don't just mean come up to 180 and then, you know, hover around these regions forever. I mean, I want to see us flip 180 and start to push up so the short-term moving average can move up and we can cause a bullish flip on the EMA ribbons. So that is honestly all I see today for SLP. We're still getting beaten down, so keep your eyes on 1.56 cent. We're not out of the blue until we have a big rally away from that. While we are in this descending triangle pattern, we could be getting ready for a rejection and coming back down to it. I do think the bottom is near for SLP. Nonetheless, I do have to be conservative when the charts do look a little bit shaky and we have a lot of overhead resistance. That is all I see for SLP. Once again, not financial advice. The number one thing you need to keep your eyes on, and I will update you on this when we do have this, is how key these momentum shifts are. When we have these momentum shifts to the upside, we go on huge rallies. When they start subsiding, we have these huge dumps. The bears are still in control. Once we start seeing something like this, where we're getting dark red candles in, indicative that the momentum is about to shift, like you saw here, the last time we were in a big rally, you saw these dark red candles come in when we were at 2 cent. And we saw them come in when we were at 1.69 cent. The momentum started to subside and we went all the way up to 3 cents. So we had a big rally once the bears started losing momentum. That hasn't happened. The bears are still in full control. So I'm not going to shoot myself in the foot and try and catch a falling knife. I'm going to wait until the momentum starts to shift to the upside. I want to see, you know, more 4 hourly momentum from the bull stepping in. I don't really care about the 1 hourly flipping bullish because, like I said, I mean, it's got a track record of not doing too well. The last time we flipped long, it was a fake out. The last time here, it was a fake out. And then this time it wasn't a fake out, but the time before that and the time before that it was a fake out. So it doesn't even have a 50-50 chance of working on the 1 hour. So I really wouldn't put any weight on it. I'm looking for a 4 hourly flip of the EMAs above 175, a big push above 175. Then if the daily momentum indicator starts flipping back in the favor of the bulls, we'd have a lot of room to potentially rally to the upside. I'd have more to talk about in my next video, and I can talk about the bulls starting to step in once they step in, hopefully if they step in. That hasn't happened yet, so I won't be catching a knife. I will be making an update and letting you know what happens when we do switch momentum size. That is all I've got for you today. Once again, not financial advice. Cowboy out. Peace.